Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the 19th Croft graduation ceremony. My name is Oliver Dinjes, and I have the distinct pleasure to serve as the Executive Director of the Croft Institute. It is wonderful to see so many proud parents, grandparents, close family and friends here to celebrate our 2019 graduates. Before I continue with my speech, I would like all of you to remember to turn off your cell phones. We don't have interruption in our ceremony. Give you a second. This is a special class of graduates. To me personally and to the Croft Institute. For me personally, this is the last class to graduate that joined the Croft Institute before I became the Executive Director of Croft. I experienced them initially only as a teacher, a relationship that is quite different from being the program's director and the student's academic advisor. As a teacher and grader, I had earned a reputation among students over more than a decade that they would make their papers bleed with red. That's a quote from one of them. As academic advisor, I see them less in the classroom and more in one-on-one advising meetings, and as director, I'm more likely to read and evaluate their senior thesis. What is clear from 4 years of working with this class is that we will remember it for its unique strength. It always struck me as a socially and politically very engaged class, whether in student government, a wide range of clubs, and broader causes affecting the campus and the state. This class also struck me as close-knit, supporting each other to make it through rough patches. These students made their Croft Institute into a special kind of community. They took full advantage of the welcoming building and turned the strong relationships they formed while studying together over 4 years into a special kind of positive energy. This class also took the Croft Institute to a new level academically. This year, the Institute will graduate a class of 33 students who have completed the major and will receive their diploma later in the ceremony. 4 more students, I should mention here, that studied with this cohort plan to graduate later in the year after completing some missing pieces of their required coursework. In this class, women rule. 25 of our graduates are women and only 8 are men. I was tempted to say that maybe the graduates with younger brothers can encourage them to consider Croft. On the other hand, the class has a nice balance in terms of the students' place of origin. 15 are from Mississippi and 18 from out of state. That was very much the vision of Croft upon its founding, to bring together the best and brightest from this state with outstanding students from the rest of the United States and beyond. It was not our largest class ever, but it may have been our academically most distinguished. It has already enhanced the reputation of the Croft Institute as one of the premier programs, not just on campus but nationally. The class includes 16 inductees to Inter Phi Beta Kappa, the oldest undergraduate honor society, 9 Taylor Medal winners, 4 members of Who's Who at Ole Miss, and 1 inductee to the UM Hall of Fame. More impressively still, for an international studies program that aspires to send its graduates out into the world, among the members of this class were 2 Rhodes Scholarship finalists and 5 Fulbright Scholarship finalists, just to give you a sense of the capacity of these students. Together with an impressive record in community service, whether it was in student government, the forefront of the Campus Green initiatives, organizing the big event, or raising funds at the Redathon, these students have already demonstrated their potential as future academic and community leaders. In this class, we also see the fruits of the efforts by the Croft Institute and the university to broaden the choice of world regions and languages. This cohort includes a large and academically distinguished group studying the Middle East and the Arabic language, a concentration added by Croft as recently as 2011. No less than 8 of the graduates studied Arabic with excellent results, and many of them will spend additional time in the Middle East or North Africa next year. What about our students' immediate future? Parents of visiting high school students often ask us, what can you do with an international studies degree? Some of you parents in the room may still have that same question. And there may even be some of you graduates who wonder what your skills really are. The answer we always give to the parents of our prospective applicants is international studies major opens doors to many different careers. And I think you will find that that holds true as these graduates go out into the world. It may take a little bit of patience to land that dream job, but our experience shows that Croft graduates do land on their feet and quickly plot a path to success. The alumni of the Croft Institute work in many fields. Many do work in careers that one might expect, given their training as lawyers, in government service with an international focus, or in the intelligence community. However, some of the alumni most satisfied with their career urban fields that they would never have anticipated when they graduated from Croft. One such example is Christine Day, a 2006 Croft graduate, who started with a summer internship in New York, moved to Paris, France as international marketing assistant the same fall, quickly built a career in account management, and is now, 13 years later, the global director of WebMD's Oncology and Hematology Division in London, in the UK. She visited the Croft for the 20th anniversary in October 2018, so at the beginning of this year, and spoke to many current students during her visit, and encouraged them to think about a future global career. Inspired by her own experience at Croft, the doors it opened for her and her desire to give back, this past semester she offered a seminar for Croft students to learn how to build a global career based on her own personal experience. A more recent graduate, Cody LeBlanc, class of 2013, made the move to Paris, France last year after building a career in Washington, D.C. over the previous 5 years. There, he started as a media analyst, became a program manager for an Africa program at Applied Memetics, which is an information and technology company, and more recently became a consultant, then senior consultant, and finally associate director of APCO Worldwide. Just like Christine, Cody recently approached Croft and offered his help to the current students at the Institute. He gave one of this year's alumni talks via video conferencing, a new format that we now use regularly to connect our students with our alumni all over the world. While Oxford is certainly no global city, we can bring our alumni living across the world, global cities, to Croft to meet with our current students. Maybe our favorite stories featuring alumni are those that involve crupples. For the uninitiated, the special language developed by the Croft students, the so-called Crofties, over many years, crupples stands for Croft couples. And it turns out that later this month we will witness a celebrity cruple wedding. Alex Martin and Miller Richmond, both class of 2017, will tie the knot at the end of May. They went to the same high school in Madison, Mississippi, studied the same language, Arabic at Croft, were both chosen for the UN Hall of Fame, have both embarked on highly promising careers within 2 years of graduating. Alex has worked for the Federal Reserve Board in Washington, is earning an MA at Georgetown, and this fall will start a PhD in economics at MIT, which is one of the top 3 programs in the country. Miller spent the last 2 years as the clinical research coordinator and asthma educator at the Children's National Health System in Washington, D.C., and he will start medical school at Georgetown in the fall. Theirs is a wonderful story and again confirms that Croft graduates can compete with the best in the nation. These stories of our alumni should make you, graduates, confident that you will forge your own path. For some of you it may take a little longer, but at Croft you have learned that confidence and persistence make you succeed. As you do forge your own path. We hope that you will stay connected to Croft. Many of you enjoyed the alumni chats and visiting speakers this year, and we plan to hold many more of these events in the future, creating a real network of Crofties around the country and the world, putting current students and alumni in touch regularly. We'll be calling on you in a few years to bring you back and tell the current students, the then current students, the story about how you took what you learned in this building and turned it into a successful career. You would not be in this position, ready to conquer the world, were it not for the help and support of numerous people, some of them present in this room. I would like to recognize them now. First and foremost, I want to thank the trustees of the Croft Institute. They were unable to join us today and sent their regrets, but it was their generosity that allowed the University of Mississippi to establish the Croft Institute in 1997. Since then, the Joseph C. Bancroft Charitable Educational Fund has contributed close to $50 million to the Croft Institute, initially for the renovation of this beautiful pre-Civil War building, and since then with very generous annual gifts that provides more student scholarships, faculty salaries, operations, budget, and many of the other special things that Croft has to offer to its students. The names of the individuals, the trustees, are listed in the graduation booklet that you received on the last page. Also you. If any of you, our graduates, would like to send a note to thank the members of the board for their contribution to Croft, they would certainly like to hear from you.
It is difficult to overstate the contribution of these professors to the success of the Croft Institute. Simply put, the excellent education the Institute can offer would not be possible without the professors sharing their enthusiasm, their specialized knowledge, and their personal and professional advice with our students. Professors do not only deliver lectures, conduct seminars, and grade student work. Just as importantly, they dedicate themselves to build intellectual and personal relationships with the students and generously give their time and energy to education as a cause. It is truly the faculty who make the Croft Institute what it is and make it possible for your daughters and sons to achieve the high levels of focused knowledge that they will take with them as they move on to the next step of their career. Later in this ceremony, we will honor the students who have written the most impressive senior theses in this graduating class. And I would like to highlight how central the role of the senior thesis advisor is in that process. Most Croft professors in their time with the Institute have advised anywhere from a half dozen to more than 30 senior theses. Every time a professor accepts a new thesis advisee, the professor makes a commitment to invest the considerable time and effort required to guide students through the difficult process of producing a substantial piece of scholarly writing. As I introduce you, professors, please stand and remain standing. And I would like the audience to hold this applause until all faculty members have been introduced. So we have Dr. Susan Allen, Dr. Valentina Yeppery, Ms. Ashley Williams, around here, right? Ms. I always wonder why it's so hard, now I see why it's so hard. Dr. Wilson, Dr. Jason Thayer, Dr. Jala Sierra, Dr. Joshua Howard, Dr. Case Gisbin, past director of the Croft Institute, Dr. Joshua Firth, Dr. Marcos Mendoza, and Dr. Anna Polichkova. Let's stand here, Dr. Vivian. Please give all these. Next, I would like to thank the members of the Croft Institute staff who do all the daily work that makes the Institute thrive and provide a welcoming environment for our students. The Croft Institute would not function on a day-to-day basis without the dedicated work of our operations manager, Liz Superior, who handles our finances, manages the building, and makes sure that all the big and little things are in place. Connor Phillips, our admissions coordinator, works very hard to recruit the very best students from Mississippi and beyond to come study at Croft. We see the accomplishment of her work around this time of year when the high school students to whom we offer admission commit to attending Croft Institute. The outlook is excellent. Bree Starnes, our coordinator of alumni affairs, has brought her great enthusiasm and energy to strengthen our networking with the Croft alumni and between the alumni and current students. Her work is adding a dimension to our institute that will pay dividends for our students as they make global connections. And Walker Bobo, our academic counselor, he joined our team in September 2018 and offered much needed assistance and technical competence on the advising front. He also proved to be an expert in assembling complex reports and providing help wherever help was needed in our operations. Note that Walker, Connor, and Bree are also Croft graduates themselves, and so they really know the Institute from all different perspectives. Thank you. Last but not least, this is also a moment for us, faculty and staff of the Croft Institute, to thank you, the parents, grandparents, family and friends, for the support you have provided our graduates. Croft holds very high expectations for every student entering the program, and we have designed a demanding curriculum that requires our students to dedicate much of their energy and time to succeed. For most students here today, there were probably moments when it all seemed too much, not least this last year when they had to write senior thesis. But your unwavering support help them to get through it all. Graduates and faculty, please join us in thanking the family for that support. With all the well-deserved thank yous, we should not forget who the true stars of the ceremony are. Our graduates who have persevered and excelled through their studies here at the Croft Institute. Please join me in congratulating this very special Croft class.